My microphone wasn't on, sorry. Hello, world. Gang, how's it going? Long time no talk. Look at you guys, look. My hair's getting all scruffy. Welcome back. I just finished watching the Mr. Beast grand opening to their Mr. Beast burgers with the. It was like a little documentary brought to you by. Let me look at their names. I always get it wrong. I always get their names wrong. Colin and Samir, and that was intense. That serving 6,000 people, serving 6,000 burgers. That's a lot. Having to deal with 10,000 plus people, unimaginable. This dude looked like Mr. Beast looked like he was doing the best he could with what he had. And I mean, that just doesn't prepare you for everything, you know? Like, you're going to have a grand opening. You don't think you're going to serve 6,000 people. I've never had one of those burgers, but they look good, you know? I've seen the pictures of the burgers they look like. It's really hard to mess up a burger, but I am a burger connoisseur. I believe that burgers are the best food to eat when you're drunk. They taste delicious. I'm not a big beers and pizza guy. I'm a burgers and beer guy. I don't drink that much anymore, but anyways. So I haven't been going to do stand-up comedy lately. I haven't made time for it. I've been reading the book. It's a pretty interesting book. I want to talk a little bit about the review the documentary that I watched. They had the opening at the American Dream Mall or something like that. I guess it's like the new version of the Mall of America, which is one of the biggest malls in the country. And there was just so many people. Like, so many people. People slept a day or two before the grand opening so that they can, like, be the first in the spot and stuff. And I think these are some of the things that Mr. Beast didn't foresee, which, I mean, I think he did. It's hard to, what to do with all these things. Like, the first guy that got a burger, like, had a little statue of Mr. Beast, which is kind of weird. But I guess, I mean, when you're a creator that famous, people will start making things for you and showing their appreciation for you in their art. And maybe that's his, art or whatever. And he took it with him to go get a burger. And Mr. Beast's first mistake was, I'm not saying, maybe it's not like a mistake, but one of his first, we'll just call it a mistake, was that when he went to go greet the people to help them order and stuff like that, he was in the front counter where people were ordering, and that caused like congestion because people wanted to take pictures with him. So then he found out, like, you kind of figured out that more people really wanted to take pictures with him. Like, that was his big thing. Like, people really wanted to take pictures. So he started going to the front of the line to take pictures to, like, try to make it go faster. But then that kind of made a little bottleneck of people taking their time, trying to get their phones, and then going to go order. And it's hard, because it looks like it's a sit-down restaurant. So you've had people who have been waiting here for 34 hours, 24 hours, or whatever. So if I waited 24 hours, I'm going to order my burger. And I'm going to enjoy my burger. I'm going to sit down and enjoy this burger. Like, I'm not just going to leave to what I think, at least. So his turnover rate wasn't that great. But again, this is unprecedented. This is a new territory that people are getting into, opening up. Um, oh, look at my little light back there. Opening up restaurants like this. So it's something that I felt was really interesting. Um, so then what he started doing was he got someone to become like a flow manager, to what I understood from their talk, their lingo, and is they would have this place where they would like just go take group photos, and then when they were taking group photos, um they would have someone come and get people ready for the pictures. They'd wait for there to be a build up, let those people pass, and proceed to the next line or whatever. This is massive. This line was massive. It was. I've never seen some. I've never seen. It looked like a concert hall. That's what it looked like. I, I forget. We forget sometimes, like how famous Mr. Beast is. 100 million plus followers. That's insane. So you have people of all ages, grown men, teenagers, little kids, infants, in mother's arms taking pictures with Mr. Beast, and it's like, wow. But the way his team worked, his personal team that you saw through the documentary, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the documentary by them because it included them to a degree, that Colin and Samir, but they weren't. I feel like they weren't bothering him as much as other people might have, and it made him able to work and try to figure things out the best he could, I guess. But boom, I don't know, and that allowed him to do the best he could. Another fault that I think there was like, they started at 11, so maybe like around 3 or 4 they went downstairs, down into the center of the mall, and they're like, you know what, like, let's give these people something, which in what I'm thinking about right now, I'm like, that's horrible. Why would you do that? That's just giving people reason not to leave, even more so. It's like, let's take over the DJ booth and have a game, a contest or whatever, one of like Mr. Beast's favorite famous contests, where there's a circle on the ground and the last person to leave the circle gets $10,000 or something like that. The whole point of this thing is trying to get people in and out as fast as possible. This was not, helping this goal of getting people in and out. And then they created a crowd of people, like, just looking at them. And I think it took a while, like probably like 30 minutes or 40 minutes for them to understand that was a mistake, because then in the beginning parts it was just the mall security, and then you start seeing, like, at 5 or 6 p.m. it starts showing in the video, 5 or 6 p.m. Oh, like, the police department starts getting involved. It's like, this is getting out of hand. These people are not leaving. So then the police department is starting to say, like, you know what, guys, you guys can't continue this contest has to stop. They don't tell them like that. Like, they tell these people these are the safety hazards, these are this and that, and then Mr. Beast's team slowly starts implementing these things. And I mean, I think they did a good job about it. They talked to the people on the circle that, like, you know what, guys, like, we can't have this going on. Like, there's a safety hazard, and everyone who's in the circle got $10,000, so that's great for them. And they walked away from it, and I think they just started escorting people out, and, like, if they had already participated, they moved them off. And I think that's something that's very important about Mr. Beast, was that he wanted people to enjoy their time, but enjoy their food. And then that's hard to do, because there's just so many people that I don't even know how that was possible. Like how you would do that. But he did it. He did it. So kudos to that guy. I don't think maybe like as a 1 day level stress kind of thing, I could handle that. Uh, but over and over, maybe on a daily thing, that kind of stress is hard to deal with. Um, that makes me wonder if all his latest podcasts, like tours and visits, were for him having his grand opening. I didn't watch most of these podcasts all the way through. I would listen to them, but I didn't watch them all the way through. They did a really good job though. At the end of the day, I love that there's this woman that goes up. She's older, probably 20, 23, 25, I don't know. And she's like, oh, okay, well, Mr. Beast is there, and he's like, well, you're going to be the last customer of the day. And she's like, great. And he's like, well, and you can see on the screen that the that the that the that the computers were already kind of locked out and stuff, and I think they had already counted everything, all the money, and, and she's like, well, I still wanted a burger, and he's like, okay, well, I'll give you a choice. I'll give you this gift card for $10,000, or you get a burger. And she's like, well, I'm really hungry. And he's like, well, I was really hoping you just get the $10,000 and we don't have to make you food. But because you contemplated it, you get both. And it was just really funny. Like, she's like, well, I really am hungry. So, yeah, it was pretty funny. I think the reason she contemplated was because I think it was $10,000 gift card for the restaurant, if I understood that right, which I don't think so. I think it might have been just a regular gift card, because now thinking about it, $10,000 to a restaurant, just one restaurant, sounds good, but like, how long are you gonna be eating there for? Like for a real long time. Sorry, probably like a year's worth supply of food, maybe a bit more. No, I've never won one of those. I really liked the video. It was a really long video. It was 38 minutes long, but I felt like it's still, it conveyed everything. It felt like a full day, and it really showed the highs and the lows, and then the end of the day, like how everything was like really like slowing down, and how much he showed appreciation to his staff of workers who were actually in the kitchen, and how they managed to work it out on the first day. People barely knowing each other. It was a good. It was a good. It was a good turnout. I think it was like 6,000 something burgers. So I'm just gonna estimate 6,000. Look at that. Look at that. It's not 6,000 burgers. It was more than 6,000. 6,000 something. But let's go to 6,000 times. That's a burger. Let's say that's a combo. 6,000. It's probably made, $90,000 in revenue for that one day. I'm just being, generous, because maybe people just ordered one burger. They said like the average order was about $10 to $15. So, well, let's say that's an 80,000. Plus, people were also ordering merch, because they had a merch store not that far from there. So I think that's really interesting. Let's see if this light works. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna talk about right now, Mr. Beast. Let's see what the lights do. um, I wanted this to light up a whole lot more in the background, just to make this like my little YouTube corner. I wanna upload more. I don't even know what anymore. I love YouTube, so I'm just gonna start participating in creating art for YouTube. If you guys if anyone likes this content like this and kind of like a podcast style, or you guys want like a little more cut and clean, just let me know. I'll see, we'll work on it. What else? That's it. Peace out. We'll look at other videos in the future to talk about, which is something that I want to start doing, maybe. Kind of reviewing videos that I find interesting, or I watch like little, because some of these things are like little documentaries, and I think they're really interesting. Peace out. Catch you guys next time. Comment, like, and subscribe. Comment, like, and subscribe. Yes, you watching this video.